Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is LBD Tarot back at you again with another video. I would like to thank each and every one of you for liking, commenting, subscribing, and donating to my channel. I really do appreciate all the love and all the support. And thank you for those of you who've been booking readings with me. It is truly appreciated, okay? So guys, your girl's Patreon channel is up and running. So if you would like to support your girl, you'll be able to find a link in the description box below. I do post 2 exclusive videos per week, so go check it out if you feel called to. So guys, before we dive in, if you've been loving the energy here, I have created a collection of spiritual ebooks and printable workbooks to help you along your journey. From manifestation rituals to love journal prompts, these tools are designed to help you align, heal, and rise. You'll be able to find a link in the description box below or on my Patreon channel under the shop tab. So guys, this is going to be a collective reading, so there are no piles. And this reading is going to be about what do people secretly assume about you. Okay? So just take what resonates and leave what doesn't. So we're going to smudge the cards first before we get started, so we don't pick up the energy of previous readings, okay? So what do people secretly assume about you? What do people secretly assume about you? What do people secretly assume about you? We have the Page of Wands. So something about your energy. Some of you, you definitely look younger than you are. So people secretly assume that you're a lot younger than you look, okay? Than you are. I'm like, wow, you look a lot younger than you actually are, okay? With the Page of Wands. People also secretly assume that you're the type of person that has an artistic career with a Page of Wands. Maybe like they think that you are a YouTuber, an influencer, okay? You do something artistic, you're a content creator, okay? So what do people secretly assume? We have the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, something about your career, okay? Like people secretly assume that you're financially well off or that you come from wealth, luxury, living a life of like a lifestyle of luxury with the Ace of Pentacles. They secretly assume that you hold a very prestigious position. Okay, so maybe you work in like a lawyer, okay, like a doctor, nurse, okay, something where like a profession that is highly recognizable and respected, like reputable, or you work for a prestigious company, prestigious law firm for some of you with the Ace of Pentacles, but you hold like a status, like maybe you're in management, project management, IT engineer, like software engineer, something that is very reputable, okay, with the Ace of Pentacles. What people secretly assume, we have the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, they assume that you have a lot of things going on for yourself. Like you're somebody who is of high demand, high status. Like you're definitely giving big dog energy. That's what people secretly assume about you. Like, I'm getting like some of you, people secretly assume that, like, depending on your age, okay, that you have like there's some sort of wealth, because I'm getting like director, like some of you could be directors within your company, like I'm getting like also young CEO type of energy. What do people secretly assume? We have the Judgment card. Yeah, people secretly assume that you're somebody who's very wise beyond your years. You're hard to reach or hard to read with the Judgment card. You have a lot of like life experience. What do people secretly assume about you? We have the King of Wands that flew out. Yeah, like King of Wands is like leadership energy. Somebody who's bold, somebody who has life a worldwide experience. I'm getting some of you could be Sagittarius here. Don't have to be, but I'm getting like a worldwide experience. Somebody who's well traveled. somebody who is like, you give also the vibe that you're like, you have this ambiguous look about you, so people have a hard time distinguishing like whether, like, some people don't know if you're black or white or biracial. Like, people can't tell, like there's some sort of ambiguity about your nationality or your race. Okay, with the King of Wands, I'm getting like something where people assume that you're from a specific background, but then they can't really tell. Like, there's a lot of ambiguity when it comes to your looks. So I got that energy from one of my past readings I just did like a couple of days ago. I don't remember which one it was, but there's something about your look. I think it's like, yeah, your physical appearance. So some of you, like, I'm getting like you could be mixed here, where people trying to assume your heritage, they're trying to guess. Yeah, I see with the world card, you're definitely, people assume that you're well traveled, you're well accomplished, you are in a position of power or prestige. With the world card, you have some sort of accomplishment under your belt that people assume. Some of you, it could be true that you do have some sort of accomplishment, you have done a lot of things. Maybe some of you have traveled the world, you've been to multiple countries, you may speak multiple languages, you may have even have like a prestigious position, okay, within your organization, or you are a young CEO. Okay, what do people secretly assume about you? We have the Five of Cups. Okay, so people secretly assume that the reason why you keep most people at arm's length, because I feel like you're not really talkative, or you're not really open to people like that, or you keep to yourself, you're more career oriented, career focused, and people secretly assume that the reason why you're so career focused or career oriented is because you've been heartbroken, or you've been disappointed or abandoned in love. You're closed off to new experiences when it comes to love and friendship. But a lot of you, it's not even that. It's just like you're more focused on your career. You have like financial goals that you're trying to accomplish. So when you have some goals, sometimes you have to sacrifice socializing, because you can't do both simultaneously, because one is going to take precedence over the other. Okay, so, and most of the time, if you have financial goals, you're going to have to sacrifice your social life for a bit. It doesn't have to be forever, but just for a bit, until you get to where you want to be financially. And I feel like this is where you guys are at right now. What do people secretly assume about you? Guys, I can't make it up. Ten of Pentacles. I can't make it up. Yes. That's what people secretly assume about you, that you're building a legacy, an empire for yourself. And I feel like I'm getting the same energy too for you guys, that you guys are building your empire, you're building your legacy, or you're working on your financial goals with the Ten of Pentacles. Okay. And there's nothing wrong with that. But people secretly assume that you've pivoted that way because of the heartbreak that you've experienced. And some of you, it could be true, and others of you, it's just like, no, I'm just trying to focus on my financial goals because I'm trying to be somewhere in 5 years, 10 years from now, and I can't do that at the same time as chilling with you. You know, something's got to give. You have to sacrifice something, right? So what do people secretly assume about you? What do people secretly assume? Yeah, Four of Cups. You're emotionally unavailable or disinterested, or just not available, like emotionally available for a connection. Like, you may have people that want to connect with you on a personal level or emotional level, but you're just not receptive, or you're not open to them. We have the Hierophant. Okay, people secretly, yeah, they definitely secretly assume that you hold a position of power, because the Hierophant is like the Pope. Okay, and the Pope in religion, they have the highest position. Like, there's nobody higher than the Pope, especially in Catholicism. Can't even speak. The Pope is the highest. Okay. So with this energy, you definitely give off the vibe that, like, that's what people secretly assume about you, that you have a prestigious position, you're well respected within your field, or you're well respected within your community, you hold some sort of power, you have some sort of authority. Okay, people respect what you have to say, and a lot of wisdom here. You're a scribe, I'm also getting like you're a knowledge seeker. Okay, so what do people secretly assume about you? Yeah, Four of Wands, that you're very stable. Okay, that your life is stable. You live like a very peaceful life as well, very stable, abundant life. What do people secretly assume? What's just one card, please, Spirit? Ten of Swords. Yeah, people secretly assume that you've been through a lot of like heartbreak, disappointment, rejection. Okay, what do people secretly assume about you? They also assume that you have like a very strong cutoff game. Like, you don't play that. Like, you're gonna thought of somebody within a heartbeat. If they come at you sideways, what do people secretly assume about you? Ooh, you have the star. Yeah, they assume that you're influential. Yeah, and you see the star. This is Aquarius energy. Aquarius is ruled by Uranus. Uranus is like, that um like innovative planets, shocking, unconventional. Okay, there's something unconventional about you. That's what I'm getting, like your looks, something about your looks. You could be biracial or multicultural, like you have a multicultural background, like maybe both of your parents are biracial or something. Okay, like different type of like race, so you're not just one. So let's say, for instance, both your parents are mixed. One of them is like mixed with, Caribbean and Asian, and then the other one is like Caucasian and like African. That's like a lot of mix, a lot of layers to you. Okay, so this is what I'm getting here with the star, and that's why people can't tell where you're from, but you have this uniqueness about you. What do people secretly assume about you? What do people secretly assume? Okay, just one, please, Aaron. What do people secretly assume? Ooh, okay. Yes, people are like clocking you. They're watching your pockets, man. Like what? With the Ace of Pentacles coming out twice? Yeah, they definitely secretly assume that you have a lot of wealth or resources. Okay, the resources does not have to be monetary. It could be like resources in terms of like social connection. You could be well connected. That's what people secretly assume about you. The way that you conduct yourself, the way that you present yourself, you don't seem like you come from struggle. You come from luxury. That's what people secretly assume. It doesn't necessarily mean that's the truth. Maybe some of you, you're the first generation, like first person in your family or your generation to graduate or to get a really high paying job or to hold a prestigious position, so you don't really necessarily come from wealth, but people assume that because of the way that you conduct yourself. Okay, the way that you present yourself, you definitely come off as somebody who's very stable, valuable. Okay, with the Ace of Pentacles, what do people secretly assume about you? Ooh, guys. Pentacles, I can't make it up, guys. I can't. Okay, like what? Nine of Pentacles. People secretly assume that you live a life of luxury. That you're like, I'm gonna with the Nine of Pentacles. There's that self-made energy, but because we have the Ace of Pentacles twice, they feel like you had a leg up. Like you had like, how like celebrity children, they if they do something and they start doing their own thing after their parents, like they have a leg up because their parents already did all of the hard work. Now they have a very solid foundation to build on. That's what people secretly assume about you. Not necessarily that you are like a celebrity, but you come from wealth. You have some sort of stable foundation that you were able to build on, and that's the reason why you're in the Nine of Pentacles, because like you already had that stability built for you by your parents, by your, maybe some of you could be like generational wealth, like your great grandparent did all of the hard work, and then just a generation after, like that legacy energy. Okay, I'm getting like dynasty energy. That's what I'm getting here. That's what people secretly assume about you. Doesn't necessarily mean that it's true, but this is the energy. Okay, so what do people secretly assume about you? Ooh, people are watching you closely. Mm-mm. You have a lot of eyes on you with the Page of Swords. But people secretly assume that you're very sharp minded, like you're somebody who's highly intelligent, or you have like a very prestigious educational background. Like some of you may have graduated from like the top of your class, or like a very prestigious university or college, depending on where you are, where you're from, and your education. I'm gonna, like, people assume that you're highly educated, which is like a great thing, and I believe that you guys are, a lot of you are like highly educated, even if you've never been to college or university, because that does not determine your education level. It just means like you have a certification. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're intelligent. So there's a difference. So with you, I'm getting like you're highly intelligent, okay? Very inquisitive with the Page of Swords. And that's what people secretly assume. We have the Two of Wands. Yeah, they assume that you're somebody with a big vision, big dreams, innovative. Okay, what do people secretly assume? We have the Five of Wands in reverse, that you've never experienced challenges, obstacles, barriers, like your life was easy peasy. Like I said, people assume that you had a leg up in life, even if you didn't. You just come off like, you come off as the person that never experienced struggle, even if you have. You just don't give off, like, you don't, like, I feel like you just don't wear your trauma on your sleeves. Like, you don't walk around telling the whole world what you've been through. So it's like you carry that those baggages or those trauma gracefully. Like, you don't let it define you. You let the trauma refine you. You don't let it like be your whole identity. So that's why people can't really tell, and they don't believe you struggled with the Five of Wands in reverse. What do people secretly assume about you? What do people secretly assume? Ooh, we have the Empress. Okay. Yes, abundance, creativity. You're very attractive. Okay, that's not even an assumption. That's a fact. Okay, with the Empress here, they're not assuming you're attractive because they could see it. But what they assume about you is that the Empress is the graceful energy, okay, beautiful Venusian, luxurious energy, sensual energy, okay, financially stable. That's what people secretly assume about you, that you come from wealth, you come from privilege background. That's what I'm getting here. And some of you, it's like you're probably like listening to this and you're like, what? You don't even know how I struggled. Exactly. People don't know. You don't look like what you've been through because of the way that you carry yourself. You carry yourself so gracefully that people have a hard time associating you with struggle, associating you with hardship, because in their mind, the way that you conduct yourself, the way that your energy feels, it feels too luxurious to have experienced heartbreak or have experienced um struggle with the Five of Wands in reverse. And we have the Ten of Cups. Yeah, people secretly assume that you come from a very stable home life with the Ten of Cups, and some of you, you're like, no, I had to get it out the mud. My family betrayed me. Like, like some of you, you have like a very deep, painful story, but you don't wear it on your sleeve. Okay, we have the King of Pentacles. That's what people secretly assume about you, that you're financially stable, you're extremely abundant. Like, that life of luxury is something that radiates from you. You ooze that energy, but you've had to work really hard for it. It's not something that came to you naturally. Others of you, some of you, those assumptions could be true. Maybe you do come from wealth. Maybe your family was well off. Maybe you had like a solid foundation, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, that's like, you have a privilege, like you're privileged to experience a good upbringing, which is not the case for most people. But people assume that about you. Okay, like you have that luxurious energy to you. What do people secretly assume? We have the Seven of Swords. Ooh, that you're strategic. You move in silence. There's more to you than meets the eyes. It's not like deception. It's more like you move in silence. There's more to you than meets the eyes. That's what people secretly assume about you. Yeah, Queen of Pentacles. Some of them, they may assume that you're married, and this is the reason why you're so stable, your abundance. If you are married to a wonderful spouse, like somebody who is like, because not every marriage is toxic. Okay, like, no, that's not true. There's some people that have really amazing relationship, amazing partners, very stable partners, and that is possible. Like, it's like the way that social media and the way that the world is right now, like how they're just trying to portray like marriage and relationship as like toxic and horrible. That's not the case for everyone. Some people really have beautiful marriages, beautiful relationships. Okay, so I feel like some of you people assume that about you, and they could also be true, because we have the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles here, and this is like, the perfect match, right? And they're both ideal for love and relationship. Okay, they're very stable, reliable, trustworthy, nurturing. So some of you people may assume that you have that as well. We have the Five of Cups. Yeah, some people, they may assume that, because that's the second time the Five of Cups comes out, they may assume that you may have had like heartbreaks in like relationship in the past, and that's why you could be like very picky or selective with who you decide to entertain. Okay, Like, some people, they assume that you're a snob as well, because I'm getting like snobby energy. Not that you're a snob, I'm not getting like you're a snob, but people assume that, like, they get that from you because you are very selective, so they associate that energy with you being selective, that is, you're a snob, but you're not. Okay, you're just very selective, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's called having boundaries. Okay, like, you can just have anybody in your life to walk all over you and do whatever they want. Like, no, you're not a doormat. Okay. So that's all I have for the collective. I hope this reading resonated. If it did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.